everyone. Today is a super exciting day for two reasons. One, it's my birthday, and two, I'm going to try out a new gadget that I just got. This company reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try this, and I was thrilled because it's something I've actually been thinking about purchasing myself for a couple years now. It is this hot foil stamping machine. So you have a brass stamp here, and then you pull this lever down with this foil, and then you can stamp onto many different surfaces like leather, vinyl, paper. I'm not sure what else there is, but I'm sure there's way more. I'm really excited to try this. I wanted one in the past because I thought it would be a cool way to customize leather goods on my Etsy store. But for this video, I'm actually going to show you how I'm going to use this to do some cool things with packaging. If you've been around my channel for a while, you may have seen some of my packaging videos, so I think you'll like this one. One of the items I'm going to make is a sticker, but it's different than the other stickers I've made on my channel. Usually I would make them with my Cricut and print them out with my printer. But with this, you can actually use vinyl, so you have a lot more options as far as like the backing for your sticker. So I'm gonna use a black vinyl, and then on top of that, I'm gonna use an opal foil to hopefully get a holographic effect, which I think will be really cool. I'm also gonna try the other colors of foil I have. I have gold, silver, turquoise, purple, and then a different kind of gold. So I'm gonna try all those. And the second item I'm going to make is a note card, so I can put that in with my orders, and I'm just going to write out a message using the letters for the brass stamp. So if you're curious how those go, just keep watching. Just an FYI, this is the first time that I'm using this, so it's gonna be very unpredictable, and you'll see like how I go through the process. I did try this as soon as I got it in the mail and created this, and I got like a perfect imprint the first time, which is amazing, but I don't expect that today because I think there's probably a bit of a learning curve, so I'll figure that along with you and let you know what I think at the end. Okay, so here's the machine, and there's this plastic doohickey thing that I purchased separately to make sure that I can align my stickers and whatever else I'm doing. So the on button is on the back, and I just turned it on, and you'll see that it's at 300 degrees to start with, and that's because I was trying it at 300 degrees because I got some information from someone who has this machine, but I think we were talking about something different. And it was way too hot. It actually melted my foil, and then the foil was completely stuck to the brass stamp. It hardened, and so my husband had to basically scrape it all off. So that was a huge no-no and my big first mistake. So I definitely don't recommend doing that. You'll see here with my first print that there's a section that's kind of wonky, and that's because the melted foil was there. You can see it's missing parts at the bottom, and that's because there's some hardened melted foil left. So this print is after it was cleaned. Also, I put it on top of a cardboard because if you put it on a padded surface, I found that that helps it stamp better because it has a little bit more give. I also found that it worked better on like glossy surfaces, so this sticker it worked great on, but for paper I found a little bit more tricky. And tricky meaning I just had to play around with the temperature quite a bit. So this is what the glossy sticker turned out with the gold foil. It turned out great. I was really happy with it. It was hard for me to make sure that all my stickers were in the right spot because I did cut these all out of like a sheet, so they weren't perfect. I think ideally what I would recommend is if you have a full label sheet, just do a whole bunch of imprints all over and then use either a hole punch or a circle cutter to cut the circles out around the stamping. That way you don't have to be so precise with where you're placing it, and you could just go nuts with stamping and then cut it out after. So now I'm trying with the black vinyl. This is Cricut vinyl, and it's kind of like a matte black, and this is this kind of chunky gold fleck foil. I got this foil off of Amazon. The roll of foil that's on the machine came from ToAuto, and then the sheets of foil that I got are all from Amazon. So I'll make sure to link those. This turquoise color looks really cool as well, especially on the black. As you can see, I was struggling with the placement. But in the end, I just cut around the circle by hand and then used the stickers that way. But in the future, I will be taking my own advice and getting a circle cutter. This one is definitely my absolute favorite. This is the kind of holographic vine or hot foil. It's called Opal, but it definitely has like this holographic look to it. And on top of the black, it's perfect. I love this one so much. I definitely want to make more of these. This one was my favorite, and the placement wasn't too bad either. It's not perfect, but it's definitely good enough. And this is the chunky gold on white, just to show you what it looks like. So I think for these stickers, I used the temperature at 200, but I did change the temperature for the note card that I'm going to do next. So this is how I used my stickers on my packages that went out this weekend. So I'm really happy how these turned out. I'm definitely going to do it again. But now onto the note cards. So you can see that long piece of foil, that's from all the practice I did, which I didn't film. You can also see the temperature is at 102. But before I stamp those, I am going to cut down some cardstock. I'm using just an 8.5 by 11 sheet and cutting it down into 4 pieces. So again, I put something underneath my piece of paper just to give it a little bit more give, and then I'm holding down the stamp for just a short amount of time. I found that if the temperature was too hot or I pressed too hard, the gold would bleed between the letters. So there's kind of like a balance between like pressure, time, and your temperature that you just kind of have to get right. And I think that's the most tedious part, but once you get it, then you're good to go. So to finish it off, I am going to handwrite some note cards to my customers. I've done this in some videos before, and I always get a ton of comments saying, "Oh, I love your handwriting. It looks so beautiful." But guys, this isn't my handwriting. I did have to take time to learn how to do this, but it's pretty easy to learn. It just takes some time. So if you're curious, I am launching a course today, and I will make sure to link that in the description. You can view all of my lettering tutorials. I've done tons of calligraphy videos in the past, so I've put this all in one place, and I also have guides that come along with it that you can download and practice with. And you can also directly send comments or questions to me through those guides. It's also super easy to search through it. You can type a word and it will search all of the videos from what I'm saying to find the information that you want to learn. And if English isn't your first language, you can watch, hear it and read it in many different languages. Also, I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram to celebrate this launch. I'm giving away a hoodie that I designed, so definitely go over there and check that out. So I'm going to leave you with my last note card and shut up. So that took me a whole day to film, and there's definitely a learning curve. I am going to take more time to learn this machine. I did learn a lot through that whole experience of just making those couple items. So if you're interested in seeing a video where I kind of dive in a bit deeper about what I've learned, because I do plan on using this for a little bit longer to figure out, I want to try it on different materials like leather, and I eventually want to make some pencils too, because I bought a whole box of black pencils and I want to put some Halloween characters and some spooky sayings on them. So if you're curious of how those turn out and maybe want to see a tutorial, just let me know in the comments. Or if you have any questions that you have about this, I'd love to answer those. So make sure to let me know below as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.